Well, here we are, the last episode of what has been a really special week. Congrats for listening the entire week and letting some ancient wisdom do its work on you. And I think if you're anything like me, at least, one of these stories is probably still lingering in your mind. And today we close with one of Jesus's most powerful parables. It's the parable of the talents found in Matthew 25. So, a master was preparing to go on a long journey. Before he left, he called 3 of his servants and entrusted each one of them with a sum of money. They're called talents, which in those days was quite a large amount of money. To the first servant, he gave 5 talents. To the second, he gave 2. And to the third, he gave 1, each according to his ability. While the master was away, the first servant invested his 5 talents and doubled them to 10. The second servant did the same with his 2 and turned them into 4. But the third servant, afraid of losing what he'd been given, went and buried his talent in the ground. When the master returned, he called each servant to give an account. To the first 2, he said the same thing. Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master. But to the third servant, the one who had buried his talent out of fear, the master was deeply displeased. Not because he failed to make a profit, but because he had never even tried. Now, here's what I want you to get from this story, because I think it connects every single theme of this week and even the last 2 weeks into one clear truth. People bury their gifts primarily out of fear. That's what Jesus was showing us. The third servant wasn't lazy because he was a bad person. He was just afraid of failing, afraid of what losing would mean to him, afraid of a master that he misunderstood as harsh and demanding, when in reality, the master was generous and trusting. Does that sound familiar? That is the ego. That is exactly the fear of failure loop we talked about last week. The ego that buries the gift to avoid taking a risk. The inner critic that says, you're not enough, don't even try, just stay safe. So this week, between the eagle and the bamboo, the butterfly and the farmer, we've received some powerful messages. We were designed for a unique purpose. That's number 1. Then the unseen growth is real. Number 2. 3, the struggle is preparing you. 4, the outcomes are not yours to judge. And the last is don't let your fear hide your gifts. And that's exactly what our power statement declares. I grow through what I go through. And if you have not written that down yet, go do it now. I grow through what I go through. And then tune back in on Monday. We'll be diving into a topic that every single one of us wrestles with, and that is worry. It's going to be a really practical, encouraging week, and I cannot wait. So I will see you then.